And so the rule is when mounting a play, keep it funny, keep it sunny, keep it clear.
On KQTH Tucson's News and Talk, I am the beautiful man. The sexy psychic is close at hand. Mr. Charles in charge, taking your calls at 751-1041. This is Don't Ask, Don't Tell Tuesday, brought to you by our sponsor, Adult Expectations. Pop, go to Weasel. Pop, go to Weasel, because the Weasel say pop. This is the day we unleash the sexy sidekick DJ Boss Ross, who plays some of the baddest gay bump music in all of Tucson. Don't ask him why, because he's not telling. I'm coming.
I'm coming up. I want the world to know. Got to let it show.
Welcome to Hour 2 of the James T. Harris Show. If you are viewing this on Facebook page, welcome. And again, my friends, please like and share our station page at 1041 KQTH. Like that page. Share that page. Why? Well, because you weren't here yesterday. We heard that one of our sister stations, The Groove's making a move on us. I guess that makes sense, right? The Groove making a move. Well, you know, to make it with Facebook likes and that kind of stuff. Well, you know, I'm just saying, you know, you were over there playing around at ESPN, helping boost their numbers. I heard people just, probably a third of my audience went over there to find out what you were doing.
Well, it was one day.
Yeah, well.
They're trying to do it permanently.
Yeah, well, that one day, you know, we had some slippage, some shrinkage.
All I heard was that people could not get enough of Tristan's tight shirt.
It was tight.
What am I, chopped liver over here?
That was a tight shirt.
Just because I'm not swole up in here?
He was just looking kind of, well, it's Tuesday. He was looking kind of delicious. I'm just saying.
All right.
Judge blocks Trump order on sanctuary city funding. Here we go again. San Francisco, AP reporting, a federal judge today blocked any attempt by the Trump administration to withhold funding from sanctuary cities that do not cooperate with U.S. immigration authorities, saying the president has no authority to attach new conditions to federal spending. U.S. District Judge William Orrick issued the preliminary injunction in two lawsuits, one brought by the city of San Francisco, the other by Santa Clara County, against an executive order targeting communities that protect immigrants from deportation. Where's the federal judge, putting injunctions on cities that are violating the law by protecting, immigrants? Illegal immigrants from deportation. I love the way the AP says here, immigrants, not illegal immigrants. Because if you immigrated to the city or to the to the country legally, well, you have constitutional rights, more constitutional protections. But that's not what they did here. The injunction will stay in place while the lawsuits work their way through court. The judge said the President Donald Trump cannot sue. I hate this. Cannot set new conditions for federal grants at stake. And even if he could, the conditions would have to be clearly related to the funds at issue and not coercive, Orrick said. Federal funding that bears no meaningful relationship to immigration enforcement cannot be threatened merely because a jurisdiction chooses an immigration enforcement strategy of which the president disapproves. A Justice Department attorney, Chad Riedler, had defended the president's executive order as an attempt to use his bully pulpit to encourage communities and states to comply with the law. The Trump administration had further argued the lawsuits were premature because the government hasn't cut off any money yet or declared any communities to be sanctuary cities. Meanwhile, Mayors from several U.S. cities threatened with the loss of federal grants emerged from a meeting Tuesday with Attorney General Jeff Sessions, saying they remain confused about how to prove their police in compliance with immigration policies, a necessary step for them to receive grant money. When I first started reading this article, and because this is ongoing, they must have added some more things to this because that wasn't there before. During a recent court hearing, the Trump administration and the two California governments disagreed over the order's scope. Yeah, San Francisco. All right. Anyway. In his ruling, Oreck sided with San Francisco and Santa Clara. Yeah, of course he did. Saying the order, quote, by its plain language, attempts to reach all federal grants, not merely the three mentioned at the hearing. And if there was doubt about the scope of the order, the president and attorney general have erased it with their public comment. Oh, gosh, here we go with that again. The public comments, what they have said, not what was part of the executive order, what they said in their public comments. Okay, how can there be rule of law if you're not ruling on the law? You're ruling on what somebody said. The Trump administration says that sanctuary cities allow dangerous criminals back on the street and that the order is needed to keep the country safe. San Francisco and other sanctuary cities say turning local police into immigration officers erodes trust that is needed to get people to report crime. The executive order doesn't turn local police into immigration officers. Oh my God, this is so convoluted. The order has also led to lawsuits by Seattle, two Massachusetts cities, Lawrence and Chelsea, and a third San Francisco Bay Area government, the city of Richmond. The San Francisco and Santa Clara lawsuits were the first to get a hearing before a judge. This is crazy. The sanctuary city order was among a flurry of immigration measures Trump has signed since taking office in January, including a ban on travelers from several Muslim countries and a directive calling for a wall on the Mexican border. A federal appeals court blocked the travel ban. The administration then revised it, but the new version is also stalled in court. All right. That's the latest on yet another executive order being blocked in federal court, partly based on what the executive order says, and also based on what President Trump and what Attorney Jeff Sessions has said. What say you? 520-751-1041. Now, if you are a regular listener to the James T. Harris Show, you know that on Mondays we have a constitutional conversation. And our conversations with our sensei, Jeff Utch, who was very wickedly knowledgeable about the Constitution, has educated me and you on this issue. So I'm able to read this with a little bit more critical eye. But before I give you my analysis, and again, we're trying to catch up with Jeff at 4:30 next hour. Let me get some calls in, take some calls from you. 520-751-1041 is the telephone number. Patrick, welcome to 1041 KQTH.
Hey, James T.
How you doing?
Good, man. Hey, so let's flip the script real quick. And what about 1070? And now they're saying that, you know, these cities and counties and states eventually, basically, have the right to be able to enforce their immigration actions the way that they see fit.
Yeah.
How come 1070 was such a big deal then?
You ask a good question, now, but 1070 was a big deal, but that was not the nation. That was just for the great state of Arizona.
Exactly. But
And
that's what I'm saying is that they were trying to enforce their immigration the way that they saw fit,
the state.
the state. And then all of a sudden the Ninth Circuit Court decided, nope, that's not allowed.
Oh, wait a minute. So Patrick, you're bringing up a very good point. So
It's devil's advocate on this.
So now you have what you have, but see, in both these cases, Patrick, you have what I consider to be a court that is ruling outside of its bounds.
Exactly.
Well, especially on the Arizona SB 1070. Not so much on they may have calls on the sanctuary city funding, the order to block that, but not on SB 1070.
Well, SB 1070, their excuse was basically that the federal jurisdiction of immigration lied in the federal jurisdiction. It could not be handled in the state. It was completely a federal matter as far as immigration goes. So that's why they killed that.
I have a good idea, Patrick. Why doesn't everything just be federal? We don't need to have a president. We don't need to have the executive branch. Why doesn't everything just go through the courts?
Right? That's the way they like to have it.
Oligarchy. We have the judges there in their black robes. That's the true head of power here. Everything else, whatever. Whatever.
Can't they just succeed from the U.S.?
The Ninth Court or California?
Just all California. We don't need them.
California, I was talking about that with Jeff yesterday as well. I would be all for that. If they want to go, I'm like, let them go. Yeah, we had a civil war before. It's time for them to go. But you raise an excellent point by bringing in the Ninth Court in SB 1070.
We don't even have to change the stars on the flag. We'll just make Puerto Rico a state.
Yeah, kick California out, bring Puerto Rico in. A swap. Thank you very much for the call. 751-1041 is the telephone number. We'll have more of your calls on the other side. You're listening to 1041 KQTH. You are listening to 104.1 KQTH, Tucson's News and Talk. We still have Spanky on the line. Spanky wants to weigh in. Well, it's Tuesday. Spank it. Spanky, welcome to 104.1 KQTH.
Good to talk to you again.
Absolutely, my friend. What do you think about this executive order? The judge blocking Trump's order on sanctuary city funding.
Well, I've got a couple of comments.
Come on.
The first one goes to Frank Herbert's Dune, is that he who controls the spice controls the universe. So nowadays, the spice is the information.
You're right. Of course, your references to the spice trade when you had the East Indian Company vying for, I forgot the name of the island. There's one island that had this one particular spice, and of course you had all that going around the Indian Ocean and the Arab trade as well. But whoever controlled that, and it was the English ultimately, and they owned the world.
Well, as far as I know, saffron was the most expensive spice in the world.
Yes.
And that makes the best rice.
Oh, it does.
On that point, I can segue to the fact that in order to control a military advance, first you have to control their supply lines. And their supply lines are information, or our supply lines are the information. And they're cutting the heads off of everybody who controls the information on our side.
You are absolutely correct about that as well. And it started last November, December, and once Milo went down, I'm watching this. I'm like, look at this, and then all of a sudden, I forgot who. There's someone in between, and then O'Reilly, and then and you're watching this, and then all of a sudden, immediately after the accusations came out against Sean Hannity, and then you got Alex Jones over there, and his information is being leaked to the media. It's like whoa! Everybody was instrumental voice.
Where does the layman go? Where does the layman go who's interested in the ideals, not willing to stick his neck out where everybody else is willing to stick their ugly, painted head, pierced, crazy, sign-holding head out for anything they care? Other people have some morals, they have some continuity in their life, and they have something to risk losing. They don't want to stick their head out there because they got to go to work the next day.
Right.
They don't want to come back to work painted and crazy and be that person. They just want to have some general common sense morals. And that's where I come to my third point, is that the ideologues, like we have an idea as a base or a general consensus, and they're cutting us off at the knees every day. And we're not doing anything to stop that. We're not cutting their knees off. And something needs to happen. Somebody needs to do something. Because if you get in a bar fight, there's two guys. There's the one guy who says, hey, what are you looking at? And then there's us who say, well, how do you know I was looking at you if you weren't looking at me?
The part that you are, that I'm sort of thinking about is the people who just want to go to work every day and not be bothered. They just want to do their thing. But those days may be gone, Spanky.
But they don't speak up. They
don't speak up.
They won't wear their hat. They won't wear their hat. They won't, they won't be flaming conservative because there is no such thing.
Well, there's no right now. The flaming conservatives are given no quarter, and once flaming conservatives are gone, so will people's freedom. So will their liberties be gone. Thank you very much for the call. I'll tell you what. We're going to, when we come back, I should say, I'm going to bring the sensei in about an hour and let him weigh in on us. I'll save my comments for him as well. You're listening to 104.1 KQTH.
But I just can't take it now. My heart won't
You know, the more I think about it, the more upset I get. Who is to blame for the latest who's to blame for this Trump order being blocked? Who is to blame for this? 520-751-1041 is the telephone number. We still have those 2 travel bans out there just floating around. Working their way through court? And you do know that everything that they do, everything that Trump does, because the left can't stop it legislatively, they're going to use the courts. 520-751-1041. There is someone to blame for this. And I was listening to a political discussion today, and people were voicing their frustration over the budget issues. Of course, President Trump is speculation that he's waffling over the wall because of the threat of a government shutdown, and because of the fear that Republicans are going to be blamed for it. At least earlier today, it sounded like President Trump was willing to make a deal in order to get this budget through, that they'll ask for money for the wall in September. But, that issue and this issue, I think we could deal with the same. We could blame the same person. 520-751-1041 is the telephone number. I am frustrated. I'm not frustrated with Trump, no. Not at all. We have Lisa from the great state of Massachusetts. Lisa, welcome to 104.1 KQTH.
Hi, James.
How you doing?
I think I just talked to you. Did I talk to you this week or last week?
You talked to me yesterday, I believe.
Was it yesterday?
Yes.
Oh, God. I'm losing track of time.
Sorry.
So you're so upset, so I had to call you.
Come on.
So Judge Janine says this all the time, and I only got the end of your spiel, so I didn't hear the whole thing, but that it was something that Trump said that the judge was going on.
Yes.
That should have been tossed out because it's supposed to be the 4 corners of the paper.
Yes.
That's what they're supposed to
Absolutely.
judge on. It should have been like, nope, you're done. Bye-bye. It's
Absolutely.
going. And the judge, they have to start over. I mean, I don't understand why Trump doesn't have a good team of lawyers to toss this, why he doesn't have good lawyers to say to these judges, get out of here.
Now we're starting to cook a little bit, Lisa. That was an excellent question you just asked.
I work for lawyers. I mean, I'm not a lawyer. I'm a nurse, but it's kind of common sense. These judges are so far-fetched. Oh, on your campaign, you said you were, against Muslims, so therefore this is, and this is what they're going on.
That's what's frightening. They're not judging it on rule of law, as you said. They're not making their judgment on what's on that piece of paper. Yeah. We heard you say that we're
Kellyanne Conway.
Yes.
Why doesn't he get Judge Janine on his? Judge Janine will go in there and just chew him up and spit him out.
Now wait a minute. Now we're heading in a slightly different direction. I would love for President Obama to have. I'm sorry, I keep doing that. President Trump to have the right lawyers, and I would love for them to take him. I don't know. It's terrible.
We don't like it when you do.
I know it's terrible.
I don't want to hear his name.
I agree. I'm gonna have to get
Everybody's on
practice.
Facebook going, why is he doing that?
I have to get better at that. It's just absurd. It is beyond absurd that I keep doing that.
We need to.
That is absurd.
You do that.
You know what? Every time I do that, I'm going to have Ross say that's absurd.
Get Ross on that.
Yeah. He's going to be on
That is absurd.
Thank you very much, Elisa. I appreciate you. Thank you. So whenever I call President Trump President Obama, that's what
That
you do.
is absurd.
There we go. That'll help out with that. But no, the lawyers are not who I'm blaming for this. Michael, welcome to 104.1 KQTH.
Yes, sir. I want to know where does this judge fit in my flow chart from the NSA surveillance of the enemies that are acting against us? And when is President Trump going to, put into effect the same countermeasures that the left uses with us when they're in charge?
I have to tell you, I would absolutely love to see that. And I would absolutely love
I'd love to see
be a
them hung up
controversy.
on their own. Everything that was just fine with Rice and Yellen and all the rest of them turned around and used on them just so you can see them scream in their hypocrisy.
That would be very, very exciting. I would love to see that type of pushback, Michael. But you know what? Even if we were to see that, there's still something there. I would still be angry. See, that would be fun for the politics and popcorn of it. But there's something. There's something missing here, and I'm starting to understand.
The rule of law.
Well, the rule of law is being thrown. The rule of law is being challenged with these judges' orders, or I should say, what they're blocking the order and what they're basing it on. But there's something else going on here. There is some place that we could lay absolute blame. And I'm in a blaming mode now, Michael.
Yes, I want to see the side-by-side comparisons of the judges' rulings on all of the lawsuits that were brought against Obama for his unconstitutional executive orders that should have been, slapped down, and these totally constitutional orders that are being held up. I want a side-by-side comparison.
No, I'm going to tell you something.
In this.
On the first part, I read the judge's order. The first part of the judge's order stay, I think, may have merit. The back end, where they screwed up, was like, well, we heard them say this, or we heard Jeff Sessions say that. That's when it got kind of crazy. The first part of it, they probably could have something there. But, Michael, somebody's getting completely off the hook here, and they shouldn't be. Thank you very much for the call, my friends. Let me go to Chris. Chris, welcome to 104.1 KQTH.
Good afternoon, great man.
Good afternoon.
Hey, listen, it's Obama. Well, am I correct in saying he assigned like 1,000 judges while he was in office?
They did stack that lower court. That was what that's what Dirty Harry Reid, that's what they were all about.
The guy stacked the deck.
They did. But you know what? They did stack the deck, and we are seeing real judicial overreach here, Chris. Mm-hmm. But there is a way around it. And this is where I lay the blame, and I'm very frustrated.
You're getting tough. You're getting too tough. Hey, listen, James.
Yes, ma'am.
They're coming after all of the right people on the right. It's funny, the people on the right are right. But I hope you have your closets cleaned, hon.
Oh, we got it ready. We ready. I'm ready for him, Chris. Hey, there ain't going to be no easy win. Don't let the fat fool you. It's not going to be easy.
I know that. Hey, good luck.
Thank you very much. Let me go to Bruce. Bruce, welcome to 104.1 KQTH.
James, I have to help hear you on this President Obama thing.
Say that?
You on saying President Obama?
I can't hear you. I'm sorry. Your phone was cutting in and out. Amy, welcome to 104.1 KQTH.
Hey, James, how are you?
I'm fantastic.
Good. I think we should blame Congress.
Talk to me.
Well, the legislative branch is the weakest of all, right? And doesn't Congress have some mechanism to be able to put a stop to what these judges are doing?
The judicial branch is the weakest of all. That's right. But Amy, you are absolutely 100%. Why is Congress sitting on their damn hands? Each one of these executive orders that gets pushed back by the courts, Congress could simply write it a law to cover it and then send it to President Trump to be signed. Why?
Exactly.
Why is Congress under the leadership of Speaker Ryan? Why are they sitting on their damn hands?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
You're right, Amy. You are absolutely correct. Well, you know what? First of all, well done and congratulations, because this is what we talk about every Monday. And now that I know this information, I look at this and I'm not upset with the courts. I mean, I don't like what they're doing, but yes, they're stacked. They're lefties. These are not conservatives doing this. But the problem here is you have Congress that's not doing anything. Now, that is what causes me all types of heartburn, because that makes me think, of course, that they're part of the establishment and they're trying to jam President Trump as well.
Correct.
And that's why they're not doing anything. They don't want a wall. They value sanctuary cities. The establishment is all in on this. That's why they didn't do anything about illegal immigration for years.
Yep.
Amy, well done. Amy's
Thanks, Dan.
very, very smart. She's a very, very smart student here at in the circus. We have we don't have anybody. People, hang on. I promise you I'll come to you right on the other side. We got Bill from Indiana calling in. We also have the greatest gay music lineup in all of radio on Tuesdays. You're listening to 104.1 KQTH.
My heart is a ghost town.
You are listening to 104.1 KQTH Tucson's News and Talk. We are correctly blaming this at the feet of Congress, who are not doing their damn job. And it's getting to be a little bit frustrating because we're starting to really suspect what's behind this. Bill from Indiana, welcome to 104.1 KQTH.
Hello, James T. How you doing?
Fantastic, my friend.
Hey, James. I was understanding that the federal judge can actually block Trump's executive order for cutting funding to sanctuary cities.
Correct.
And he might have some traction on that one. However, can they not bring these same, mayors and governors of states and cities up on federal charges for violating federal law?
You know what? There has to be a different way of going about this, because the same way we have the courts that are stepping in, protecting cities that are determined to break the law by protecting illegal aliens, people who are here criminally. But, they want to say they're immigrants, but they're illegals. And so there has to be something that can be done about that. But we knew from the very beginning, and we talked about it on the show with Jeff Lutch, that it was a very dicey proposal to try to force cities into compliance by withholding federal funds. Very dicey. And on this issue here, the first part of this, the judge may have been right, but on the second part, when he started talking about we heard Trump say this and we heard Sessions say that, that's crazy. But to your point, to your question, and this is why, like a previous caller said, we need Trump to surround himself with better lawyers, constitutional lawyers, and other folks to understand what exactly he can and cannot do.
All right, thanks.
But they need to be pressured, right? And you know what? I'm going to have the sensei on in a few minutes, and I'll run that past him as well.
Right on. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Let me go to this is Jeannie from the great state of Arkansas. Welcome to 104.1 KQTH.
Yeah, I didn't want to hang up on you, but the lady that called before me, I've listened to you long enough to know where you're going to put it, whose feet you're putting it in front of. It's Congress, and the House of Representatives are not doing their job. They're not stepping up to bat. They're just sitting on the sidelines waiting for someone else to do their job. But yeah, I knew where you were going with that.
Exactly, Jeannie, and I thank you very much for recognizing that. And again, this is because of the period or the hour that we spend with Jeff Lutch on Mondays. We're very much in tune now to what's gone awry here, and all of this can be addressed if Congress, who was designed by the Founding Fathers to be the most powerful branch in government, if they would just step up and do their job, Jeannie.
Argument from people, because the people will tell you no, it's the judges. The judges, they're the most powerful. The Congress, they don't have any power.
Correct.
But I've listened to you long enough to know, and I feel your frustration, because I'm like, what can we do? We're just one little person here in the middle of the state of Arkansas. What can I do?
Well, keep listening, because I'm going to have Jeff Lutch on next, and I'm going to ask him that question. What can we do? Thank you very much for the call. What can we do? It's I'm reading this article here. I'm actually trying to multitask, and it's not working out very well. And this one just fell apart. But there's an article. Oh, here we go. Check this out. America's dissatisfaction with Speaker Paul Ryan, Congress overall, is growing. Polls find. Nearly 3/4 disapprove of Congress's job performance, up 12 points since February. House Speaker Paul Ryan is the focus of growing dissatisfaction in a recent poll, which 40% saying they view him negatively, compared with 22% who had a positive view. Americans hold a dim view of Congress and of House Speaker Paul Ryan. A new Wall Street Journal NBC poll finds, with favorable opinions declining since February. Yeah, 3/3 we disapprove of them. They had a 9-point drop in a month. The findings mark a return to recent norms in views of Congress after a slight uptick in approval of lawmakers in February. With 20% approving of Congress, its rating is still slightly higher than in most months since May 2011. Oh, that's great. They're up slightly. from the sewer to the curb. Mr. Ryan is one focus of growing dissatisfaction. 40% saying they view the House Speaker negatively compared with 22% who had a positive view, an 18-point gap. And why are they have this negative view? Well, because they're seeing that he's not working with the president. He seems to be working against the president. He seems to be working for somebody else, not we the people. It's just amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing that we were duped for so long, but I'm here to tell you, my friends, that if the establishment continues to buck against this president, then the Republicans are going to experience the same fate that Democrats experience. They're going to get wiped the hell out. We got Jeff Uch coming up. You're listening to 104.1 KQTH.
How can